Hey guys, Throwback here, coming to you with another video. Today I'm coming to you with somewhat of a throwback review. This is of course a set from Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. It was originally from 2012 and I think retailed for like £90. This is of course Palpatine's Arrest, which is obviously a highly well-rounded set nowadays and is actually goes for quite a lot. Obviously for the minifigures and the build, and more or less specifically for the scene. But before we dive in here, of course if you don't like the content here, please comment and subscribe. And yeah, let's dive straight in with the review. Now, all these minifigures here are basically exclusive to this set and this set only, apart from one minifigure, which is of course Kit Fisto here, who was originally seen in that Hyperdrive ring set from 2007. But diving straight in, we of course have the main man himself, the one who eventually turns Vader. This is Anakin Skywalker. He retains the similar robes that you obviously see in Anakin's Jedi Interceptor from this year, with somewhat of the black robes with a few dark brown pieces here and there. He obviously retains this smirk head here, which is exclusive to this set, and if we turn it around, we of course have that look where he's like, he must live. But yeah, he also retains that Clone Wars style headpiece, which actually still kind of is a little bit outdated and things like that, but yeah. It's nice to see that it's in the dark brown colour rather than brown colour from the sets this year. Next minifigure here is of course Kit Fisto. He retains that rubbery headpiece from the Hyperdrive set. He obviously has his green lightsaber here. All these minifigures come with capes apart from Palpatine back there, but Kit Fisto here has somewhat of a grey and light brown type of robe design, which is actually kind of unique, because you'd usually expect a Jedi to have like the tan robes. And yeah, next minifigure here is of course Agent Kolar. He's part of the Zabrak species. So obviously has the horn piece here, which is only exclusive to Agent Kolar and of course Koth, I think his name was. But he obviously has the tan robes and he also has nice detailing for the face here. And he obviously has his blue lightsaber. Next minifigure here, it's not the Clone Wars style, but it's the Revenge of the Sith style sCantina. He of course has his green lightsaber. He also retains this rubbery headpiece here, which is also seen in the Jedi shuttle from a couple of years back. The face is obviously much better than that Clone Wars one, because it's more accurate and more honestly realistic. He also has somewhat of a dark brown robes, which is also very nice with a very slight tint of orange there. Our next minifigure here is of course Mace Windu. Now this guy is an absolute badass in this scene. He obviously retains his purple lightsaber, which is only exclusive to Mace Windu. He obviously has somewhat of a newer type of headpiece, which is basically saying not yet, or the Senate will decide your fate. And of course he obviously has the dark tan robes there, which is also very nice. Now, my favourite minifigure out of this set is of course this Palpatine minifigure here. He is the only one to retain somewhat of this realistic look apart from the one from the 2014 Tri-Fighter set. But this is a better minifigure in my personal opinion. It's just a shame that the printing didn't go all the way down to the legs, which of course you would have seen nowadays. But obviously it has these red robes here, which are very, very nice. And of course that angry styled face, which isn't nearly as angry as the one you will see on the alternate side. which has basically his transformation to Darth Sidious there with the yellow eyes. But of course, let's dive straight into the set itself. This set is obviously massive. Well, not necessarily massive, but it's quite big to your usual set. It obviously retains a couple of features. You obviously have the main sections. You have the doors, you have the platform there, and then you have the main office. But the first thing that I'll show you here is, of course, in chronological order in terms of how you would enter. You of course have the platform here. Now this was originally supposed to be with the airspeeder from this set. I'll probably throw a picture of it on screen here, but it originally had that here. Unfortunately mine's a little bit broken down and yeah, I can't really find the pieces. So regardless, we're still looking here. Obviously it retains these wedge plates here, which are seen throughout all kinds of Lego sets. You also have this platform here where you of course set your Jedi airspeeder and you just set it down there, and it's nice and secure. It can kind of turn though. And you also have these trans blue tiles here, which are also very nice. It also has somewhat of a platform leading up to the throne, well, the office there. Now the next section is of course the door. The door is very similar to the ones in like the Jedi, well not Jedi, the final duel from the Death Star this year, and I think back in like 2015. Exact same type of feature, you just open and close them. Very nice. Also has a couple of gold details around the outside, as well as somewhat of these Duarte statue things that you would see outside of Palpatine's office. And you can also reenact it, like you have Palpatine come to the door and then you just see Palpatine. Sorry if the set's a little bit dusty. This set is obviously 8 years old and I only recently got into dust in my Lego sets, which is obviously a stupid thing to only just get into, but regardless, the main part here is of course the office. You obviously can take off these using a couple of the Tech-Tip pins. And then we'll get to this. Now, obviously, this is the main part here. We have the statue here, which has some of the nano figures, which are, well not nano figures, but like your game, chess kind of figures in gold here, which represent these statues in the actual office itself really well. Now the main colours, of course, dark grey, light grey, dark tan, and this nice looking dark red. These dark red pieces, I'm pretty sure were only released in this set. They may have been released in another set, but from what I've seen, they've only been here. Now the actual shape of this is really interesting. If you get this set yourself, you'll understand how much goes into the shape of this. It's really interesting because you have like a couple of hinge plates, etc., and it just kind of fits in so well. But anyway, so we of course have a couple of stairs leading up, and then you of course have some of these block things here. I'm not entirely sure what these are for, but you see like Palpatine jumping off of it, like this. You do that, and he flies. And then you of course have two seats to set your minifigures, which are held on by the two studs at the back, and there's two of those. Now getting to Palpatine's main chair itself, we of course have this basic chair design which you will usually see for Palpatine even in the Death Star Final Duel set. He obviously has this nice looking table here which is very nicely designed using a snot technique. It also has a control panel there, printed control panel. Before you say it's sticker, it's printed. And then a couple of these lights here, which are a very nice addition. Now, one of the main play features of this set is of course the fact that you can set a minifigure here. Let's say Palpatine, for example, and he can obviously jump. Now, if you pull this down, he will jump. Didn't do it very well there, but if you put him like there, he will obviously fly. Now, getting Palpatine off the chair, there's like a chair right there they landed on, perfect shot. But you can obviously have a couple of other features with Palpatine where you can obviously sit him in his chair, and he says it's treason then, or I am the Senate. So you can pull up these and you have these two different compartments. One of them is to store Palpatine's lightsaber here, which is very, very nice, as it has a nice gold kind of metallic hilt there, which is very, very nice. And then you of course have his lightning, which is stored in there. So basically once you're done with playing lightning, you just store them back in there. Or you can have him obviously shooting the lightning at Mace Windu. If you want to hide them, you just put them back down, and they hide actually very well, apart from these parts here. But yeah, the next feature is of course the feature where you can throw Mace Windu at the window. So if I put Mace Windu here, you pull a knob at the back here, and the whole entire window at the back collapses, which is to replicate the fact that the window gets destroyed and Mace Windu gets force lightning out of the window, which is, he doesn't really fly or anything like that, but it just stays down there in the window piece there, so it kind of works. But yeah guys, let's get on to the final part of this video. But yeah guys, that's going to be it for this video. Of course, if you ever do get the chance of getting this set, or having the chance of maybe getting a sale on it on eBay or something like that, I highly recommend you get it, as it replicates the Senate or the Palpatine's arrest scene really well, and it's actually one of my personal favourite sets. But yeah guys, that's going to be it for me. Obviously if you like the content you see here, please click like, subscribe, and yeah, I'm Infernal. Peace out.